Trailblazers picking up the Sprite spark for the stretch they put together. Things fell for them in a big way in the third quarter, and that's when they took control of this basketball game. We'll see if they can keep things going their way to end this thing.
Thanks, Doris. Clark, it was a scoring run that proved extremely important.
Yeah, Kevin, you know what? I think that's exactly when they grabbed this one by the throat, really seized control of it.
And you could see their energy just building as the game went on, and by the end of that run, they really took control of everything.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Canby out there with Batum. Then there's Felton. Then it's Oden. And it's Matthews in at the 2. And Fisher kicks it to Odom. From deep. Again, the miss by Odom. Here comes Raymond Felton. And he makes good on the layup.
That was interesting. He was at a huge disadvantage size-wise, but he found his way to the basket.
Well, Steve, you know, giving up some height on the mismatch didn't really affect him.
Round kicks to Fisher. And Bynum backing in. Oden picks him up. Bynum, no good. Portland in total control. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. It's Matthews on the wing. Back to Felton. He's covered by Brown. Batum for 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots. And that's what they've done.
Barnes passes to Odom. Stepped in the line, out of bounds there, and that will cost them the possession.
He just lost track of where he was on the floor.
Here's Felton.
Well, it was an open question to start last season whether the older elite teams could stay on top, and during the regular season they seemed to do pretty well. The Spurs, Lakers, Mavs, the Celtics all ranked in the top 3 in their respective conferences, but the big picture started to become a little less rosy once we got the playoffs going.
Fisher with the ball. And Bynum backing in. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over. Clark, you're right. Going back to those veteran teams last season, the Spurs knocked out in the first round. Celtics and Lakers beaten convincingly in the second round, Steve. Major statements made in both conferences.
Yeah, it seems like last year was almost a changing of the guard type season in the NBA, Kevin. You had the older teams, as you mentioned, like the Celtics and Lakers and Spurs going out relatively early in the playoffs, and then some of the younger groups, you know, whether it was Oklahoma City or Chicago or Miami, really coming to the forefront. And I think over the next decade, we're definitely looking at a brand new kind of regime change in the NBA.
Shot clock at 6. Batum against Fisher. Shoots over Batum. And that one's good from Fisher. Here's Felton. Outside, Batum. Now here's Oden. Backing down is Wallace. Shot clock at 5. And here is Felton. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Felton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Here's Kobe. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Now the Trailblazers making a change. Williams has checked in.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Kobe Bryant. Shooting 1.
The free throw drops for Kobe.
Well, guys, when you look at the overall record for the Trailblazers, I mean, 30-22 against the West, about what you'd expect for a team that got 48 wins.
Raymond Felton again.
No prettier shot than the finger roll, smooth and beautiful. It's a joy to see.
Now Kobe. He dishes it to Fisher. He kicks it to Gasol. Camby on him. The jump hook, and it's Gasol getting it to go. But you know, when you look at the Blazers' record against the West the season before last season, they had as many wins against the West as any team in the NBA.
Now, these things vary from year to year, but I think the key for Portland is playoff success. I mean, they have not won a playoff series in about a decade, so they've got to translate their play from the regular season into the postseason and try to knock off one of these Western foes in the first round.
And the shot is good. Here's Fisher. He feeds it to Walton. And Batum picks him up defensively. Felton against Fisher. Off the screen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
You know, the Lakers are a really good defensive team, and one key is they don't foul you. They don't send you to the line unnecessarily. Last season, they were lowest in the league in free throw attempts they gave to the opposition.
Derek Carricker, he's checked in for the Lakers. Artest comes in for Luke Walton. And Kobe drops them both. Going back to the Lakers defensively, part of the reason, Steve, they didn't foul is that their big men could just go straight up and bother a lot of shots inside.
Yeah, and the presence of their bigs inside allowed them to close out aggressively on the perimeter. The Lakers were the third best team in the league in opponent three-point percentage because of their ability to stretch out to the three-point line defensively and funnel everybody towards those bigs.
You know, Raymond Felton the last two seasons has really improved his shooting nicely. I mean, both from the outside and finishing around the basket. He can penetrate, so that all helps.
And he makes the first. And for Felton, at the same time he improved his shooting, Steve, he also upped his assist to a career high of over 8 a game.
Yeah, the all-around improvement for Felton was really impressive. And, you know, he was the 5th overall pick back in 2005 by Charlotte. And I thought once he went to New York, he really started to pick up his game, and then the trade to Denver, of course. So he's become an accomplished point guard in this league.
Fisher against Felton. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Blazers ball.
Here is Felton. Artest against Batum. Oden against Bynum. Shot by Oden is no good.
It seems like he tightens up, guys, when he gets close to the rim, especially with a defender nearby.
Outside, Kobe. They get it back. Character. And he converts the layup.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
Here's Oden. The monster one-hand slam.
He had his head up and was looking to make that pass all the way. You love that unselfishness.
Here's Fisher. They set the pick. Kobe dishes to Carricker. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Came off the screen and did what I call a right now move, right to the rim. The defense had no time to recover.
They have been really controlling this one.
Well, now's not the time to get complacent, though, Kevin. You've got to continue to put your foot on the gas pedal.
Williams kicks to Camby. Batum. And Oden backing in. Fakes it off the glass.
Every once in a while, he'll kind of step out of his role and give you something like that.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. Artest with the ball. Here's Carricker. Gathers. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. 22 points for Kobe Bryant.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
The feed to Fisher. You know, Clark, isolation offenses like they play with the Hawks and the Blazers, that can be very efficient.
Yeah, they can be. I mean, I like more movement with all 5 guys, but when you have good ball handlers that you isolate, it tends to limit turnovers, and you know where shots are coming from, so you're in better offensive rebounding position.
The Lakers making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. So for the Trailblazers, and here are the Trailblazers now. But Clark, teams that run their offense through ISOs sometimes struggle more in the playoffs.
Well, they're predictable. That's one thing. And when you talk about all of the video scouting and the game preparation through video, it makes you easier to defend when you isolate a lot.
I think he caught a glimpse of the defender out of the corner of his eye because he just seemed to lose his focus there for a moment.
Here's Kobe. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, being behind in this game, Kevin, they're doing what they need to do, driving the lane and forcing the defense into some mistakes.
Well, and even if it doesn't fall, they're stopping the clock and getting a chance to score from the line.
Well, I thought last season was a tough one for Ron Artest. I mean, he struggled with his shot. Even his defense was a little subpar and not as consistent as we've seen in the past.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Clark, for Artest last season as he struggled, some of the coaches' critiques played out in the media. Steve, I don't think Ron appreciated that very much.
No, there was even a rumor that he might have wanted a trade prior to the All-Star break. But, you know, fortunately for L.A. and for Artest, he started to play much better after the All-Star break. He got more consistent and finished strong. And, you know, he's still a guy who can help the Lakers just with his physical play and his toughness.
Mills can't hit. So it's the Lakers now. And here's Fisher. Oden picks him up. And Fisher kicks to Gasol. Fades and shoots. And the Lakers with another miss.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Now Mills. No, Clark, it's interesting. A doctor who specialized in sleep worked with Portland players and dramatically improved their performance on the road with keys to sleeping.
Well, we know how important rest is, Kevin. Whether you're a player, a coach, or even a broadcaster, you've got to get an adequate amount of rest to be at peak efficiency.
Fisher against Batum. Here's Oden. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And as teams learn more about their body cycles, they're also learning about the human body and being primed for peak performance in the middle of the day.
Yeah, you know, they're telling their players to stay up late and sleep in so that their bodies are in peak performance mode in the evenings when they're playing most of the games. Morning shoot-arounds starting to be eliminated now, Kevin.
Outside Matthews. With the lead pass, it's off his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Camby a screen on Fisher. Mills passes to Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Looking to end the drought. Fisher grabs the board.
Yeah, again, iffy shot selection there. Defender draped all over.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
Batum against Kobe. Outside Matthews. Cannot hit. Great D that time from Artest.
Well, not much they can do at this point.
Nope, playing for pride, trying to finish strong for pride's sake.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Fisher dishes to Artest, and that comes off the assist by Derek Fisher. Here is Matthews. Mills with it. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Not much.